Hello everyone, it's Cute Bunny here. Okay, week 3, July, cash stuffing. And a bit of a chit chat and a catch up and an update on what's been going on with me lately. Alright, and then I'll be also doing a video on like my extreme grocery budget month check-in. Now, I've picked up work. I have a shift this week in the difficult house, the one I don't normally work at, but I rang them up a few weeks back when I rang my boss the last time. They didn't have any work. And then a text pops up on my phone the other day saying, oh, we've got a shift at this house. And I'm like, why didn't they call me? Because the lady told me she'd call me. But anyway, I was out. I was finishing off my massage. I came home and I thought I'll check the calendar, make sure I'm free Monday, well, like the day I'm working, because I don't put this up. This won't go up till after I've worked, but so what I did was I came home, checked the shift day, and I put it down and I went, yep, look, I texted and said, yep, I'll do it. And I figured if it was already taken, it wasn't meant to be mine. And if it wasn't, it was mine. So it's an afternoon shift in a difficult house. It's going to be a tricky day, very mentally draining, but I will get through it. I can do this. It's been 8.5 weeks since I've worked, so I really need to do it. 1, for my mental health, 2, for the money, and 3, just to have work with my current employer. And then I've also picked up a shift in a fortnight in a couple of weeks on a Saturday. And so far, there's been no calls to reduce the hours of that. So far, so good. 5 hours on a Saturday. So, but all falls in the same fortnight though. So that means the extra money all comes in at once. Sometimes it's better to spread them out, but hey, I will take what I can get right now. And it means I can have, it won't be a lot, guys. It'll be a small extra little bit for August and maybe a tiny extra little bit for September. But we'll just see what happens when I get there. If I keep getting work or I find another job that is consistent work and hours, then I'll be able to consistently add extra to my budget. At the moment, I'm bare bones budgeting my months, and then I'm cash stuffing all the extras and keeping up with all of this, and then any extra after that I can use. Like I was doing better because I had extra shifts coming in, so I was able to budget more. And since also what I used to do was I used to add extra to my budget and then budget out of that. And what I'm doing now is I'm cash stuffing my extra week too each week with some of that money. So there's actually less going into my budget overall, budget. And then there's sort of extra going in. But this is so much more helpful, means I can cover all of the basics, all of those extra spending needs and things that I do every day and, that we all need. And it's less pressure for me, to be honest. Doing it this way is actually better. So there you have it. All right, let's have a look at what we've got left. There is not a lot of rollover. There is some change from my shopping. There's some receipts, so don't worry about those. I'm just going to pull all this change out and put it in the change challenge because I'd like to get that done. And I found another $1 over here that I put away the other day. Oh, there's another $1 there. Groceries. Now, there's a bit of change in miscellaneous. So we might pull that out and use it this time. But another week, we might leave it there. Other weeks, I might leave it there. Once I've done my big change challenge, there might be occasions where I'll leave a small amount extra there, just because I don't have a lot of money floating around at the moment. And pulling all this out is actually a really big effort for me. My buffer has 10, so that's great. My just spending buffer. I bought some more SodaStream flavors, and then I added another 10 from the old that SodaStream refund. There's another movie money sitting there in case I want to go, because I had that saved already. Nothing in my grocery buffer at all anymore, so that's something I'll be working on. All right, so, and there is more. Yes, spending had $10. So this week we'll pull it out and we'll add it to something. And next I'll put that at the back and I'll decide what to do with that in a minute. So this week I'll pull it all out. Other weeks I might pull some out. I might put it in the buffer, or I might put it somewhere else, or it might be going into this. It really just depends on what's happening. Now, I feel like my Christmas tinies are getting close to being taken care of without having to put it into that. So some of this might go into my no spend envelope and some might go in towards other challenges. There is a cute Elizabeth II 50 years there. It's actually from 2016, believe it or not, but it's barely being used coin. Wow. All right, we're not worrying about it. That is the last. I do not have the luxury of saving coins on my tiny income. So it is what it is. All right, let's put that aside for a minute. Let's do the regular cash stuffing. So we're going to do 25 for groceries again. And we're going to keep up with our $25 this month and save the other 15. So the other 15 from that is going into the no buy envelope, because that's what I'm trying to save. And then any extra is going in there too. And I'm not going to count it. We're just going to pop it in. What I would like to do while I'm here is pull out the 5, replace that with the 10, and that way the extra 5 of the extra 10 is going in there. And there you have it. That's going away now because that's moving along nicely. And the rest is spending miscellaneous and the rest of the petrol money for July. Okay, so because I've added a fuel envelope, which I'm not going to use a lot, I decided that I had $5 left over for the month from July, so I'm going to pop it in there. And in case I decide to just go top up the car, I'll just chuck $5 in or whatever. Now, $10 for spending and $10 for miscellaneous. Now, the other day I went out and bought a new D-ring 4-ring binder so I can set up my budget folder again properly with a nice folder. I am using a really crappy old, almost like all ripped at the sides and really boring folder, and I think that's why my budgeting is not exciting. And I saw some really pretty colors, pastel-y colors in the 4-ring binders, because predominantly I'll be using plastic pockets, and I find that plastic pockets on a 2-ring binder wear out heaps quicker than if you use a 4, and they don't make 4-ring binders that much anymore. So I got really excited because they had all these pretty colours and they were all in 4 rings. And then I get to the counter and we go to order them because they're not at our store. She's like, oh, they're all discontinued and they're really hard to get now. And I'm like, oh, great. So I wanted I think it was a green one. They didn't have that. Wanted a pink one. Didn't have that. Okay, I'll grab a yellow one. They only had yellow and peach. The peach was an ugly colour. Didn't like it. And I said, well, yellow will do. It's paid for. So that was paid for out of last week's miscellaneous, or probably miscellaneous. I can't remember. So that's covered and done. And what I'd like, and then I've just got to wait and I go click and collect it and I'm done. So I am actually loving this purse. I went shopping the other day and I was able to pull out like all the things out of the 3 separate envelopes, and it's all in the one place, so it's so much easier and quicker. My 2 main cards I use for my shopping rewards points are all at the front here, and so it's nice and quick and easy. And then when I do need my cards, they're at the back, protected by the RFID. So yeah, this purse is just great. I'm loving it, and it's so much easier for me to use. And having the extra envelopes is it's really good, because now if I see SodaStream cordial on special, I can grab it straight away without any hesitation, because I've got a little bit of it in my purse. I don't want to put the whole lot in my purse, so the rest stays in the folder. The rest stays in the binder until I need it. So I bought a couple the other day, and then I replaced $10 in there. And I'm just going to do it that way, and I'll be able to add SodaStream stuff as I go as well, as the income improves. So I also had a job interview last week. I was supposed to be told on the Friday just gone, like last week Friday. They didn't ring me. I've got people telling me that, I should wait till the Monday. This is going out before the week, so this is pre-recorded. So as of now, I haven't heard back, and I'm really annoyed because I specifically asked them in the interview, would you be contacting, when will we find out, and would you be contacting all applicants? And they said by Friday, and everyone would be called. Still waiting for a call that probably won't come. And it's just frustrating, because I just think it's so rude and, so wrong. It's just the system, the set up, the way they do the jobs at the moment, it's just ridiculous. The job market is ridiculous, and I think they're just rude and horrible, and it's like, why would you want to bloody work for them anyway? But you need a job, so you just get more upset and more upset. So I'm trying to let go of little things, but this one's just irritating me. All right, we'll do the change challenge. And so that's my update. I'm feeling a little bit better. At least now that I haven't heard about this, I would have taken this harder had I not had this work lined up. So I feel like the universe is starting to provide again between my beautiful YouTubers and their beautiful donations and things, and getting some work shifts and having interviews after interview after interview. I also have another interview this week as well. So I'm waiting to hear back from the other one that I should have already heard back from, but I have another interview like later this week, and that is an admin job. The other one was not an admin job, but it was a job I would still be happy to have done, and I would have only been doing 2 days a week. It was on the job training. I would have been fine with that. And this one is admin 3 to 5 days a fortnight. So I'm just a bit worried that it's not going to be all set days. But again, I'll take what I can get, and I guess we'll have to negotiate. So there was a lady that's retiring. So the fact that I picked up an interview from a position that, there's probably someone that's retired that's been in that job for 20, 30 years. I'm actually taking that as a really big compliment, given that it's not a job in my field. I applied for jobs in my field 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I've heard nothing, not a thing. I haven't even had any rejection emails. And I think that's poor form. And I've had people in my ear saying, go and apply for jobs in your field, Bunny. And I'm like, doesn't make any bloody difference, does it? So I'm going to keep pushing for the ones that I want. The ones that I think moving on are going to be more sustainable. And something will come up. I'm still getting interviews. I'm still getting, the more interviews you get, the more chances are you're going to have a job. You're going to get a job out of one. So I am just really happy with how that's all, that's all going. Let's just fingers crossed that we can actually get something out of this very, very, very soon. In the meantime, I'm trying to decide what colour we're going with this week, because I don't want to be getting mixed up. All right. I've also got to find my calculator. Okay. Alrighty, what have we got here? 20, 46, 82. I was starting to pile that up, wasn't I? While I was talking. Alright. We have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, $9, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh, geez. $9.25. There you go. That's what happens when you save all of your coins, even when you can't afford it. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 25. $9.25. Should knock out this should knock out the bottom and be working back on that easily. Oh, easily. I'll easily knock out the bottom here. $9.25. Take. 0.29 cents. $28. $27. I mucked it up. See? What am I doing? I normally always press the button last. I always press it last. $9.25. Take. This is why I do different colours. Take 28. Take 27. I normally go take, not equals. So we might just, but it doesn't matter. It should still work. I'll just do it the way I'm used to. 0.26. Take. Yeah, we'll just do it the way I'm familiar with, and that should. But I do in different colours, so I can actually pick up an error. I'm still going to be out a little bit, but not too bad. Hopefully. 23 cents. We're going to knock out this whole section, and then 20. We'll be working on the next section at the other end, so that's great. 0.19. Take. 0.18, take. Tedious. 0.17, take. I thought I'd be excited getting this done, but this is just tedious. 0.16. Take, and we're still at $7, so yeah, I've got heaps of room. 0.15, take 0.14, take. I'm not doing two at a time. 2.13, take 0.12, $6.48, take 0.11, $6.37, take, this will be exciting when I'm at the other end, on the other side, take 0.09, take 0.08, take 0.07, take $6.03. I might write that down just in case I muck up. I need another calculator, and I've got my eye on a $12 one at no, we don't have Big W here, The Good Guys, but I didn't have the money yet. Take 0.05, take 0.04, take 0.03, take 0.02. I know I could have done that in one bunch, but I thought we'll do it true to word. We're at $5.89, and that side is done. Yay. Okay, $5.89, take 53, $52. Oh, this is good. This is great. You can't see it now, but we're actually motoring along. 0.51. Yay. Yeah, I'm trying to get a slightly bigger one, but with better keys, easier keys, because this one is quite, it has to be pushed quite firmly because it's like the keys are not as great. So I quite often make mistakes. Plus it's a lot smaller, so it's easier to make mistakes. And I'd like to get a half decent one. It's like a bright pink one. So that would be great. But yeah, it might take a few weeks before I've got money for that. We'll see how we go. Probably in the next month, hopefully. I can grab that. I don't need to pay hundreds. You know, don't need to pay $50 for a calculator, but I'm happy to pay $12 for a decent one. 46. Yay. $0.44. We're at $1.04. We're not going to be quite on the bottom line. Ah, we just miss out on the next line. That's okay. 0.43. Take 0.42 equals 19 and 19 cents. 19 cents. Yay! Oh my God, guys. How excited am I? We only have from 41 cents down, minus the 19 cents, and then that will be finished. Now, realistically, this will be finished inside the next month. Even if I'm being conservative, this should be done by August. Yay! And some of this will be added to my birthday envelope, and some of this will probably just go to spending for myself or something, because I've been going without a lot to put this change in. And then the next challenge I do from there on is going to be the smaller one. It's a $50.50 one from Norellis Budget. So I'm going to do them from now on. I'm sorry, budgets, but this one's just too big for my income at the moment. But it's been a great challenge, but it's just too big for my income consistently. And I'm going without to get this change in. So, but that's so exciting. Also, it means I can slow down, or I can ease up on the change a little bit. If I'm feeling that my budget is a little bit tight, and every now and again during the next 3 or 4 weeks, I can like just withdraw some of the change and keep it and use it towards the following week's budgets and things, because like at least then like it's not feeling like I'm, you know, going without as much, because I feel like I've been in that mentality that I am poor and that I'm not doing well, and you know, I feel like I'm, you know, I'm getting quite old quite old, like I'm getting a lot older now, and like my income is the lowest it's ever been, so it's, you know, it's hard to, how to explain it, like not feel like you're going backwards when I'm essentially going forwards, and I'm actually pushing so far, as you guys have seen. But, and I should be super proud, and I am so proud, but at the same time it's been tough. So, and it's tough to go through interviews, not get calls you're supposed to get, miss out on a job, then get another interview. I can't even make any plans. I can't even make any plans to go on that trip I want to do with that my sister offered the house for. And I said to her, I'll get through the next couple of weeks of work and another interview, and then hopefully I can work out where I'm at, and I can make a plan for a week to go. And at that point, I've got work. I can just say no to work if it clashes. Too bad, so sad. I won't take the shift. But if I start a new job, that's a different story. I'm not going to have a choice but to work. So it means I wouldn't be able to go for as long or whatever. I'd have to work around it. Now, I have $5 left, and I am not putting that in my buffer, and I'm not putting that in my mobile envelope because I've already put 5 in. So why don't we try and knock off something in here? We haven't started that one. What is this one doing? So I've only done this one, is that right? 2, 4, 5. I want to do this one. This one is from Kimmy's Corner. But I've just made, each line is $2, and then the last line is $1, because I want it to equal 15 total. So I'll have to get 10 aside next time and finish it. So we've basically got this line done, and this line done. And then we're going to need to wait until we've got 10 to finish that challenge. So we're just going to do it that way. Where there's a will, there's a way. Bunny will find it. There's $10 in there in total. That's $10. $5 from the 2025 and $5 from this one. And if I finish these in the next month or couple of months, would somebody be, if anyone, I'll wait till I'm done with them. And then if there's anyone interested in receiving these ones, I'm happy to move these on, because 2025 is fast approaching to be nearly finished, or over halfway now. And I won't be doing these more than once. So if someone else would like them and doesn't have them, I'm happy to send them in an envelope with a stamp, like Australian people, obviously. I've got stamps, and I need to go and buy some more concession stamps. As well. I'm going to buy a few more, but I know I've got some. So, and I've got envelopes somewhere as well. So I'll just pass it on. I'm going to try and pass the love on as much as I can, but within my limits and my budgets and my constraints. It'll be just a little bit outside the box from me, but that's okay. All right. Okay, that's me done. I hope everyone is having a great July. I hope everyone's staying well. I hope everyone's not too cold or too hot. I'm really annoyed about the power bill going up. This month, I'm going to be fine. Next month, I don't know how I'm going to cope. I'm going to have to just grin and bear it, and just deal with it. I'm starting to get cold now because it's only 15 in my lounge room, but I've had the heater on twice already this morning, and I need to go and put a second jumper on. So I might go and get a jumper on, and then I'll be filming something else anyway. So, all right. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and I will let you know how everything's going as the month goes on. All right, bye for now.